On a bright and sunny day, a young little Red Riding Hood was tasked by her mother to send some bread and wine to her grandparents' house.
Take this bread and wine to grandfather's and grandmother's house now? Sure, okay, I head out shortly.
On the way there, Little Red Riding Hood met up with a pair of hungry wolves.
Hello there, little girl. Why are you casually walking in the middle of the wood, so far away from the village this late in the day? It's almost nightfall.
Mama Wolf asked. Then, young Red Riding Hood replied earnestly with,
My mother told me to send this bread and wine to my grandparents. They live in these beautiful woods, and I'm planning to get there before nightfall.
Oh,
The pair of wolves looked mischievously at each other and instantly knew what the other was thinking. They wanted to trick young Red Riding Hood into making her willingly hop into one of their mouths so they could eat poor Red Riding Hood, splitting her in half.
why don't you hop into my mouth, little girl? I will help you to get to your grandparents' house faster than you can say, Grandmother, I am here. Oh!
After that, young Red takes a good look at them. She quenched her eyes for about 1 minute before declining their tempting offer, then deliberately quoting what her grandparents once told to her to the two wolves.
Never willingly walk into a stranger's mouth. That's what my caring grandfather usually tells me every time I make my way back from the beautiful house. I have to kindly dislike your tempting offer and continue walking steadily alone. Thank you. Have a nice day, Mr. and Mrs. Wolf.
After that, Little Red Riding Hood continued walking steadily to her grandparents' house, not knowing she almost got horribly killed. The hungry wolves were extremely furious after they failed to possibly devour an easy meal.
Damn it, so close. She could be the very delicious meal that will live us for days.
Suddenly, Papa Wolf had an idea.
Wait a minute, honey. I have an idea. Why don't we silently follow her to her grandparents' house? Devour both her grandparents and eat her by impersonating as her grandparents. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Literally. Oh!
Technically three, but I like your idea, honey. You're always smart in this situation, and that's why I love you. Ow! Now let's go get the dumb girl and her soon-to-be dinner grandparents.
After that, the two hungry wolves quietly followed young Red Riding Hood to her grandparents' house. It was a long journey, but they finally made it after several hours of walking. Red went up to the door and excitedly knocked on it.
Knock knock. Grandfather? Grandmother? It's me, Red. Is anyone home?
There was no response to her calls. Meanwhile, the two wolves went around the house and found a tiny open window that they used to get into the house. They went into the house, and to their surprise, nobody was home.
Let's find some clothes and quickly disguise ourselves. I pretend to be very sick while you open the door to greet her.
Okay, honey.
The wolves quickly executed their plan. Papa Wolf opened the door for Red, and she was very happy to see him. But at the same time, she felt something wasn't right about her grandfather. Red then asked her grandfather,
Oh, grandfather, what big ears you have.
I'll to hear you better, dear.
said the wolf. After that, Red asked another question.
Grandfather, what big arms you have.
I'll to help you tighter, dear. Come along now. Your grandmother is very sick. I want to see you.
Grandmother is sick. Take me to her now.
Red rushed to her grandmother and found her lying on her bed. But she had the same feeling that she felt with her grandfather, when she saw her grandmother. Something was just not right. Then Curious Red Riding Hood asked her grandmother a question.
Grandmother, what big tits you have?
All to smile better for you, dear. I'm feeling quite unwell right now. Tiny granddaughter, can you check inside my stomach to see if there's something in it? I opened my mouth for you to take a look in there.
Okay.
Little Red Riding Hood definitely felt something was wrong, but she accepted her grandmother's offer because she wanted to help her. However, she proceeds cautiously as she slowly approached her grandmother's oddly giant mouth.
Yes, yes, just a little bit closer.
Whispered Papa Wolf to himself. Red was inches away from putting her entire head inside of Mama Wolf's mouth. But suddenly, a familiar voice shouted to her from outside the house.
Red, get down!
Huh?
Red Riding Hood quickly ducked. The house door suddenly slammed open violently, and Red Riding Hood's real grandfather came in with a shotgun. Bang! Red Riding Hood's grandfather shot Mama Wolf in the face, making her brains splatter all over the place.
Margaret, no!
Screamed Papa Wolf.
I will kill you, human.
Yoo-hoo! Mr. Wolf over here.
Huh?
Papa Wolf looked behind him and saw Red Riding Hood's grandmother smiling while holding a crossbow aimed at his knee. In a blink of an eye, Red's grandmother shot Papa Wolf in the knee, immobilizing him while he screams in pain.
My knee. What incarnation happening?
Oh, just relax, will you? It's just an arrow to the knee. Wolf up, haha.
Lying in pain on the floor that was once clean, now covered with his wife's brains, Papa Wolf looked up to the old pair and realized something on their outfits.
Wait a minute. That emblem. Red jackets, Mr. Carving on your guns. Don't tell me you are the famous Hood Wolf hunters.
Grandmother giggles and responds with,
Damn straight we are, Mr. Wolf. We were out of a job after receiving reports that a big bad wolf was near a fishing village nearby. It was a false alarm though. The local mistaken it for a bear, and they were thought we returned home empty-handed. I guess this changes everything down, doesn't it?
No, I'm sorry, please. Spare me. I promise I never cause trouble here again. Just went to the mill.
Grandfather then slowly walks up to the wolf while reloading his shotgun.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Wolf. My family isn't your meal.
Wait, please.
Bang! Papa Wolf's guts splattered across the entire room, and he was dead. After that, Red's grandfather walked up to her to check up on her.
You okay, Pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm fine, grandfather. I'm just covered in a little blood and wolf guts. Haha. Oh, I almost forgot.
Red walks over, and then Red shows the basket of bread and red wine that she brought to her grandparents.
Bread and red wine, my favorite. Oh, red, you shouldn't have.
It's not a problem, really. Haha. Anything for you too. Hee hee.
Oh, alright. Come on, you two. Let's tidy this place up first. This place is filled with wolf's guts. After that, we have some of that red wine that Red brought for dinner.
Okay.
After that, they live happily ever after. The end.